Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of great WrestleMania 40 content coming out this week, including WrestleMania Jeopardy, WrestleMania thoughts and predictions, as well as a contest. Yes, that's right, a contest. Something we used to do over in back in college with some of our roommates and friends. It's like a WrestleMania pick'em. We'll have it on like a Google sheet that you can fill out and tune in. We'll give a prize to one of the winners. We're not exactly sure yet. But yeah, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. Go follow us over on Facebook and Twitter so you don't miss out on that contest. As well as this Friday night, we'll have a very special live stream event, PWP March Madness. More details not to come later in the week. But all that is on our social pages. So yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Stay in the loop.
The PWP Express had its second stop in 2024, and this time, Anthony was able to join me.
What's up, brother?
We made the trip down to Indianapolis, Indiana. This would have been the halfway point for StarCast. It was a nice spot. We went to Squared Circle Expo. Now this is the second time I've been to this convention. I went last year. I thought this year it was a lot better put together. There was a lot of crowds at first, but they kind of dwindled.
Oh my god, it was so packed.
Yeah, we went with Zion, who we went to StarCast with, who
The Rizzler.
Yeah,
Zion.
yes.
We decided because like the Howard Stern show, they have rat packs. So Zion is our first member of our own little rat pack, and
Yes.
every rat pack needs like a nickname. We got like Beetlejuice and some other ones I can't say here on YouTube, or I'll get canceled. Some guy by the name of Gary, you might have known him. So we went with the Rizzler. Because Zion has unlimited Riz when it comes to girls on the internet. So,
but it was the three of us. We got there, and we went to Dolph Ziggler. I'll admit, life's been a little hectic lately, so I did not get the cash that I wanted to get before I went down. So Zion was able to meet Dolph, get his big gold belt signed. After that, we went and dropped him off in the Sting line. And when I say dropped him off, it was a 4-hour wait.
It was the last time we would see Zion until late in the afternoon.
I mean, we would pop back in, usually every hour or so. But yeah, that was that. Yeah.
But while we're here in the hallway, I just want to say, I know wrestling fans do get the label of being smelly and stinky.
Oh
and
my God!
I swear, I can't tell you who posted it, or like I know it was like 2 weeks ago, like 2 to 3 weeks ago. Somebody posted this thread on X, was like, "Can we stop saying wrestling fans are so smelly? It's making us look bad." And honestly, I've never even had a problem. Well, dude, you have never sat in this goddamn hallway trying to meet Sting because the line was so long it started going out into where like guests' rooms were, and
it went down. Let's see, 1, 2. When we dropped him off, it went down 3 hallways at that point. And this is the same convention. It's funny you say that. Last year, I mentioned when we were in line to meet Kurt Angle, there's the person in front of us that smelled like piss. Maybe it's just an Indiana thing. Who knows?
Stop pissing yourselves.
But that's when we went to go find cash, because the reason that I think that it dwindled down so much in the afternoon, ATMs ran out of cash from the day before. And we tried going to a nearby hotel, and the guy was not friendly. And if you need an ATM, we don't have one. Okay. Luckily, there's a hotel about half a mile down the road. We got to take another walk. It was like another adventure, a callback to when we were in college.
We walked onto an overpass that had no sidewalks.
Yep, yep. I got my cash. We went back. So we met Dolph. Very cool guy. Got to hold a New Japan title. Got to hold the Squared Circle Expo title. Because that's one thing I'll give this convention too. So they have a heavyweight, a tag team, and a women's champion. Well, I don't know if you saw or not, but Matt Cardona showed up in AEW. Challenged Sting, or not Sting, challenged Edge, Adam Copeland. And in order to set this up, because Cardona was the Squared Circle champion, he was going to defend it against Ultimo Dragon Saturday night. He lost the title, Nick Nemeth.
Hey.
And then Cardona said he took his ball and he went home. That's what the convention was saying, and then he left. I'm thinking that this is to set up a match at next year's convention, as long as neither people are signed to WWE. And as I was telling you both in the hotel room, I think you could do a lot with it. Because you figure their group of friends, they've got Kurt Hawkins, Morrison, Swagger, Hornswoggle. Like, there's a lot of people that they could incorporate into this,
Right,
if they really wanted to. But yeah, so you had that title. I had the New Japan title. It was really cool to meet Dolph. That was a cool part about this, too. Besides Sting, I can't think of anyone where the line was more than like 5-10 minutes long for anybody. Maybe Jeff Hardy, if you were in line for Jeff.
Kane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for the photo op at least, yeah. Because his table was pretty empty when we were meeting D'Lo.
Well, you just didn't see it. He had a long line.
Oh,
They
the
waited.
wrap out.
Well, he is on the corner, so they had everybody line up like behind the wall of the corner, so they weren't like right in front of him. And then his handler would go and grab like whoever and like take their money, and then they would walk around the corner and meet him. But they were going all the way outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those were the three. Because Jeff had a long one too.
Matt
Hardy did not have one.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy had the unfortunate time of being between Dolph and Jeff. But we went to Dustin Rhodes next because we thought out of the ones I wanted to meet, Dustin would have the next longest line. He did not.
We walked right up to him too.
Walked right out to Dustin. Got that taken care of. Then we went to Haku. I want to meet Haku/Ming. I know I've told the story about at WrestleCon where Ron Simmons, I didn't have the exact 80 he needed, so they took my $100 and gave me an extra autograph. And it happened with Haku, but he was charging 50. I only had 60. They gave me one of those micro brawlers from Pro Wrestling Tees, signed, and I saw people at that convention selling the micro brawler for 25 itself. If his autograph, let's just cut that 50 in half, say 25. Looking at a little $40 piece there at minimum.
Yeah.
$10. Not a bad trade, not a bad deal.
They just don't want to give out change at these conventions.
You could tell the handler wanted to forget about it. I don't know if you caught that. After our picture with him, we grabbed the signed 8x10, and I go, and the micro brawler, and Haku had to go, did she get a micro brawler? And the guy like slid it up to us. I'm not gonna forget that. You give me my micro brawler, you give me $10. One of the two.
Which one is it? Which one is it, Haku?
We then jumped over a table, and you got to meet Luchasaurus/Killswitch.
I did, yeah. That's like the only person I was really committed to really meet. I don't know, it's kind of weird with everybody there. But I already met Sting. And I wasn't really going to pay any of the prices of any of the headliners there.
Right.
And plus I knew who you're getting. I'm always typically like your picture taker, or I'll get in the photos with you depending on whoever. So I'm like, I'm not going to pay $40 for an autograph. But my fiance, she likes Luchasaurus. So like, okay, I'll get you Luchasaurus's autograph, whatever. I'm gonna try to have it make it out to her, put to her name. He
Not want to be there.
he didn't really want to be there. I didn't really ask, but I told him the whole story. I was like, yeah, I came all the way out here just essentially just to get your autograph. You're the only one I'm really buying today. Well, for me, I drove like 6 hours that day just to get here. And he's like, oh, wow, man, that's really cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, I will admit, when we were in line for Haku, someone yelled something at Luchasaurus, like Christian related. I don't know if maybe he was getting that all day or what.
Why?
Um,
Is being
I
a dinosaur like
no,
sacrilege?
no, no. Christian, like Christian Cage, because they don't like
Oh,
Christian. Yeah.
I thought you meant because it was like Easter or something.
No, no. So after we did those two, we are gonna go meet. I think we did D'Lo next. I had a nice conversation with him about football. I told him how excited I was to meet him. He is, of course, one of my. He's a guilty pleasure in wrestling for me. I always enjoyed his music. I always enjoyed his head shaking. Um, his lowdown finisher's fun. I loved his frog splash, his chest protector. He's the first Eurocontinental champion. Didn't go in the Hall of Fame by himself. Doesn't need the nation. But and then after D'Lo, kind of popped. We made it back to Zion. He had us sign his belt. He had Mark Henry sign it. Sexual chocolate, Mark Henry. Um, After the convention, the belt now has Kurt Angle, Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, and Sting. Pretty good little collection. After we did that, we took the belt back. Lex Luger's finally done with his Sting photo ops, which is what took so long for the line. Is Sting was doing photo ops, and then Sting and Luger did photo ops. I got this. So Zion's brother Jesse, for Christmas, got me this #1 issue WCW comic book. Lex Luger's on the cover. As those listening probably know, I don't really like Lex Luger. Not a fan of his ring work. Not a fan of his time with Four Horsemen. But he got me the comic. I told him, comes around, I'll get it signed. Came around. Got it signed. He the one? Oh no, he was the one you weren't gonna be in the picture for.
Yeah, because like
The-
I had the inkling that like, okay, he's not because he's obviously wheelchair bound, and so he's not gonna get up and like fit us for both. I was like, if I get this picture, one of us has to squeeze behind him, and he's
it was
already
me.
up against the wall, and it was you.
The big backpack behind me.
Yep.
That's when I came back around. Lex, I don't know if you felt it or not, but I need you on purpose.
Maybe,
Pretend it was on purpose.
maybe a little bit on purpose.
Yeah, but it was hard to squeeze back there.
Yeah, it was a tight fit.
Then after that, we took the belt back to Zion. We realized we still had plenty of time, so that's when we started doing other shopping.
Yeah, we got these madness glasses, which I'm gonna put on right now, even though nobody can see me.
Did you have some Macho Man glasses? That's fun. I was telling Sam, I remember last year that same table having those glasses. I swear they wanted like $30-$40, and I was like, that's pretty steep. That's why this year they're like $10. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, you were like, ask them how much these are. Ask them.
yeah.
Ask 'em."
And it was cheap.
They actually gave me a deal on the second pair.
Yes,
I only paid $9.
$9.
The
What a
lady was
deal.
so nice too. I'm like, if it's not a problem, can I just give you $9? I don't really have this extra dollar. I don't want to go through the trouble of paying you online. She's like, no problem, sweetie. No problem, sweetie. I got you.
It was a cool table setup because they had a bunch of luchador masks, a bunch of luchador figures from down in Mexico. It was real sweet. We also went to this one guy that was selling, his own like comic book style art. He also is the guy that does I don't know how to describe it besides, say for Ric Flair. You see the back of Ric Flair and he's facing all of his enemies from wrestling history.
Yeah.
Got that one and a Legion of Doom one. My brother won the same one that you got. It's the Infinity Gauntlet. but it's Undertaker hating Thanos, and then Hulk Hogan's on it, and Ultimate Warrior's on it. Um, got my dad one of Rob Van Dam kicking Ghost Rider, two of his favorites. I'm still trying to figure out why those two go together. Like I've racked my brain trying to figure it out, but it's really cool. Um, got a Roxanne Perez figure. She's one of my favorites. It's her first figure, her Elite. Oh, I got a Bruiser Brody, the classic Superstars.
Still in the box, right? You still have it in the box?
Still in the box. He is on the wall. He's next to the Freebirds figures I got from StarCast.
Nice.
They didn't have my Michael Hayes figure that I wanted, the new Elite. I got it on eBay for about $20 the next day. So that should be coming. That should be coming anytime.
And Anthony didn't get you the Terry Funk yet.
No, that's still that is still.
It's here. Hear that? That's your Terry Funk figure.
I hear him.
All right, you ready?
Oh God. It's not good.
Hey, take that, Terry.
Did I get? Oh, I got a new Von Erich DVD that came out. That's got matches from everyone ranging from Fritz Von Erich to Lacey Von Erich. Oh, the DVD I think that's about what I got. Pretty excited. I got most things that I went for. But I
got more than I expected.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, I get that little poster, the Infinity War poster. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or Infinity Gauntlet poster. That's really cool. I gotta get a frame for that. My only real complaint about the whole weekend was the smell.
Yeah, it was not good.
Going, it was only in the Sting line.
Yeah.
It made me
probably because a bunch of AEW fans in that line. Ew.
It made me self-conscious. We didn't check into our hotel yet, so I had all my stuff in there. So when we went out to back out to the car the first time to drop some of the stuff off, I reapplied some of the order from my bag. I was like, I just gotta know. I just gotta make sure.
I guess I didn't get Brody the first time around. I got that after we got Zion once he met Sting. Got a belt signed. Good little boy. Got a book signed for his dad. We popped back in the vendor area. Got one of the Power Town figures. Kerry Von Erich one. And then he got some from the same guy that got us the Marvel prints. He got some Hulk Hogan ones that look like comic book covers. And that's when I got the Brody. He also got a Top Dollar figure. But I've got a lot of stuff. I budgeted right. No complaints from me when it comes to the vendors or superstars. I kind of wish that more superstars were able to do credit card or Venmo, but I know then tax is involved.
Yeah, we ain't paying Uncle Sam here, brother.
Yeah, and like I pointed out, it's and I guess it makes sense since tax is involved. It's the people that charged more that were cash only.
Yeah.
Like Haku, you could have done a card but no, it was fun. It was a lot more spaced out.
Well, according to Uncle Sam, Kane probably only made $800 that day.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all he has to report. That was a slow day that day at the convention.
And it was kind of cool too, because as we were walking around, the superstars would be up and moving. I said hi to Tommy Rich at one point, who I've met previously. He patted me on the back. We walked by Arn Anderson. We walked by Ted DiBiase.
Honestly, it was like a really kind of like time slowed down kind of moment for me, because the way it was set up was like I turned the corner and he was like down this hallway, and it was like he was the only person I could really see coming at me. So he was just walking directly at me, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, I'm about to get a fucking spine busted by Arn Anderson right now.
I didn't say hi to Arn. I said hi to DiBiase when we walked by. We saw Lita when we were coming back in. Said hello to her. Sky Blue passed by us 4, 5, 6 times. Felt like she was following us.
Yeah.
We met some other podcasters, more from the Cincinnati, Kentucky area, the DWO, the Dad World Order. They almost picked a fight with you because your shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shout out to the Dad World Order. We had a nice little conversation with them at their table, um, which is kind of eye opening for us as a podcast.
Yeah.
Because during our conversation with DWO, we realized, oh, we're kind of like the same size kind of podcast. We kind of
Yep.
get similar followers and subscriber numbers across the board. But I don't know how much they paid. We don't know how much the vendor tables cost, but they have
More than our blood.
yeah, a little bit more than we thought. But it's something they did, and it looked like they're having a pretty successful time over there, networking and stuff like that. Uh, Maybe something in our future, who knows?
And like I said, they jokingly were going to pick a fight about your shirt because you, of course, had the Detroit World Order shirt on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was DWO. And I liked how they did it. It sounds like something I would have done because he just walked up and looked at his shirt. That's not how you spell dad. All in all, it was a great time. I mean, this is probably my favorite wrestling only convention. Indy is it's a far drive, but it's not a bad drive. And I mean, you could do like we did, where we just got breakfast and headed down. But there's plenty of things you could stop and look at on the way if you need to stretch your legs. Plenty of gas stations, plenty of restaurants. Past in Muncie, Indiana, which is where Garfield's from. I know they have a lot of Garfield stuff in that city. You pass by Bob Ross's house and go out to that. You pass the Uranus Fudge Factory. I mean, plenty of stuff to do.
We also met Sean Rossap.
We did.
A nice little quick 2-3 minute conversation with him.
After you made him scarf a banana.
Yeah. Well, I literally we seen him. He was one of two people I wanted to just like try to run into and talk to, or three people actually. Him being one of them. Every time I seen him, he was always like interviewing somebody or like sprinting across somewhere. Busy guy, whatever. And then the one time I seen him was like alone, really kind of just scarfing down a banana. And I was like, "It's now or never." I had to make the like awkward introduction of him trying to eat a banana. We got through and said hi. I told him big fan of his work. I think he does a lot of good stuff. I know a lot of wrestling fans are just trolls, like the Rizzler.
I enjoy him. It's kind of funny because normally online you'll see people troll Sean, but they really like Chris Van Fleet or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I will watch and listen to Sean's stuff. Chris, I can't get into him. I know he does some good stuff. Clearly based on some of my reactions, my tier list. People might not like my opinions, but I just don't like the guy.
I like Chris. He was another one I wanted to run into and talk to and try to ask him like any question I could about
We saw him.
podcasting. We did. He was at a table.
I pointed him out.
He
I
was
said,
charging
"Isn't that your
money.
guy?"
I was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pay him. Like,
No.
I don't know. Like he wasn't a lot, but like I feel like if I just go up there and ask him a question instead of paying him, it's kind of like awkward because like that's what he's there for. I want to run into him again on the floor. And there's a couple of TikTokers that I follow that I knew were there. I saw the one. She was kind of again sprinting somewhere.
Yep.
I'm not gonna stop somebody that's in a hurry. But
no, all in all, it was a fun time. We noticed that wrestling conventions don't like having signs out to tell you where to go.
oh yeah, that's my other big fucking beef. Why? Okay, I know. No, we're in the business of making money here. All right, you guys. I don't know. How many employees are you paying? I know you have a lot of volunteers, but how many people are you actually paying to work it? Like you guys are making money. I'm assuming. Again, who knows? But we can't have a little bit in the budget for more signs. I'm not talking about like signs behind the wrestlers of what their fucking name is. Like when you enter in the fucking building, and like, oh, this way is the convention floor. Well, the vendors are this way. Oh, these wrestlers are in this room. These wrestlers are in this room. These wrestlers are in this room. Like, is it really that hard? Like, it doesn't have to be like a professional sign that you have to make like weeks in advance. Take a blank sign and then take fucking a label maker and type it up and put it out and stick it on a thing. Like, it'll
Yeah,
take literally a half hour.
I don't even need that specific. I'm just think like the longer lines, like the Jeff Hardys, the Canes, the Stings. There should be something pointing to where it
And
is.
those are probably already predetermined on where they're gonna be.
Yeah,
Like, I know, like,
just
oh, are you gonna know where fucking Sky Blue's table's gonna be? Like,
right.
until the day of? Probably not. Right? It's probably moving people around. Probably
Yep.
some
No,
wrestlers want to be next to others.
you're right. They strategically positioned them because last year when we went, the room Sting was in, Jamie Hayter was in. Where Jeff Hardy was is where they had Moxley and MJF at respective times. Kane is the only one that was in a spot that didn't have a big guy at it. I think last year it was Brutus Beefcake there. Um, last year Kurt Angle was where I want to say like Tajiri and Ultimo Dragon were in a corner, which I'm sure they found out wasn't a great idea. I do like the idea of having people in a corner and having it wrap around the door, especially in a hotel setting. I just wish those signs were there. Because I understand as a convention showrunner, they're, oh, well, we can't list everybody. But you could at least do like, this is room A, and then on your website be like, these people are in room A today.
Yeah.
Room B, boop. Yeah, and this is at like all conventions. I don't know very many. To my knowledge, the only ones that have really good signage is that I've been to is Motor City Comic Con. I think that's because that's one of the larger Comic Cons in itself, and without signs, people would probably just go ballistic. Um, but yeah, like I continuously said, it was a good convention had by most. Apparently, there's a little drama with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the person that brought him in, his vendor. I always feel bad at these because we talked about it beforehand, where you'll see people that leave early, wrestlers because they don't have a line. Like MXM was sitting in the back of, I call it like the C tier room, and they left early. Sky Blue got up and changed and left at one point. I know Scott Steiner seemed left early. I kind of feel bad. Kind of feel bad for that kind of thing. It's weird to me that at like Astronomicon, the Steiners have a line that goes pretty deep, but then an actual wrestling convention, no one's at his table.
Yeah.
It makes me question about, how bad Kane's line will be at Astronomicon, but, we'll get there when we get there, and I'm pretty certain it's coming up in a couple weeks.
It's two.
Yep, that's the one. Definitely going to meet Kane, and my wife and I are going to meet Billy West, the voice of Fry from Futurama, and a bunch of voices and a bunch of other things. Astronomicon, like I said, I think I'd have a rotating door of conventions I go to every year. It would definitely be Squared Circle, Astronomicon, and Really Cool Con. Maybe if others thrown in, depending on who's at and who I want to meet. But I'm excited Astro's coming up. Even more excited that since we're, in April, Really Cool Comic Con start announcing some people, some names.
Oh yeah, have they announced anybody?
I don't think they've announced anyone yet.
No. Well, I was going to go to the website right now and see what's going on. Tickets on sale now. Let's see.
We'll be that one too. That's the big things with Astronomicon, Really Cool Con. So we went to Squared Circle as fans. We weren't able to get press passes. I realized I'm gonna have to ask a lot earlier. But Astro and Really Cool, we're going as press.
Yep. Hopefully, there's a wrestler there that will talk to us. Seems like these smaller ones that we get to, they're like, well, at least Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart big leagued us, and then the other one,
Astronomical.
really wanted.
We talked to Devon.
To Devon, yep.
And the other ones wanted
Sandman. Sandman wanted too much money, and then when we went to Really Cool Con, it was Sergeant Slaughter and Jake Roberts, and that beefless slaughter still about saying he discovered Undertaker. So not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. But make sure you just watch our socials. Usually we'll put up any pictures from the event, people we've met. When we go as press, I try to show the art or things we buy, so that way people kind of know what kind of vendors are at the event. Um, just keep an eye out for us. Keep an eye out for that PWP Express. This year is going to be a little less packed than last year was.
Yeah.
Last year got a little overzealous, and a lot of cons, which is fine and all. But as we've said, this is not our main job. We have real jobs. We have real bills. So I don't think our significant others would like if we had to sell our vehicles, sell our houses just to continue a convention tour.
I would never take out a line of credit to go to something wrestling related. That's for sure.
As always, Facebook, Instagram, X, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. Like, follow, subscribe. All platforms where you can find PWP, Pro Wrestling Proverbs. Help us get to that 500 subscriber goal on YouTube. And then we can partner. We'll officially be a tag team partner of YouTube.